going to stand beside your class.
I won't let you drown in your guilt. You're gonna swim in it.
You'll be okay.
That's actually really exactly it. You know? Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife, Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 7, Episode 4 of My Hero Academia, the story of how we all became heroes.
Maybe it'll just be Aoyama doing something
Not being so shady anymore.
Yeah, and make up for leaking vital information to All For One for the whole time that they've been in school.
He better put on the acting performance of his little twinkly life.
Well, look at him. Like, he's pretty good at doing a little bit. Like,
yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do. But if you're excited for more episodes of Season 7 of My Hero Academia, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe down below for episodes coming every Thursday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you can't wait and want to see about 10 to 11 episodes ahead, right now they're all posted to Patreon and they're extended full-length forms with more commentary, more parts of the episode, less cuts, along with other shows we're watching, Jujutsu Kaisen, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Hazbin / Arcane at this point, so make sure to check those out. Are we excited for episode 4 of Season 7 of My Hero Academia?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
Midoriya, it's true.
Flabbergasted.
I am a revolting villain.
Of course not! So I want you to take my hand. Right now, you can still be a hero!
We should look at this as a new advantage. Given this state of affairs, Aoyama's the only person
So
we know who
creative.
can trick All For One.
Why? I don't get it. Why don't they turn their backs on me? They know I'm a terrible person.
Hey guys, maybe you should hit pause for a second and think this through. A crime is a crime. I hate to point this out, but you know, you're the ones who are hurt most by his actions. Do you really want to trust an admitted traitor?
Shouldn't you listen to them the most then, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But he's
can put
proven
his
himself to
actions
be a
in the
weak
past.
individual.
Besides,
Can we?
none of us noticed how tortured he was, so we have to take some responsibility too. He's our classmate.
That's
Okay.
He's sitting in front.
Absolutely not.
I don't buy it.
Absolutely not.
I don't buy
Ida.
it. That's sweet, but fuck no.
That's some skewed ass logic.
So we have to take some responsibility too. He's our classmate, and he's sitting in front of us weeping like the epitome of despair. That's why we're holding out a hand to him. Because we're friends. We care. And we want to
that's a
redeem
better
him.
argument.
Okay, that's
If he
fine.
wants us to be equals again, he'll have to accept our help and stand with us.
Wow.
I'm not forgetting what I went through after the training camp. I
Yeah.
think 5 howitzer blasts will make up for that, though.
you.
Don't you think
Yeah.
that's an extreme response?
5 of them.
That's right. Aoyama only
The
went
thing
along
that
with
always
all-
gets me about this series is that Bakugo doesn't kill anyone when he's hitting them with bombs to the face.
Yep.
Like, everybody else's
People
part
are
can
just
kind of be
built
explained away.
different.
It's like, here's a nuke.
Don't you think that's an extreme response?
He is right.
Maybe just 2 or
Aoyama
3.
only went along with All For One's orders because there was no way he could beat him. Now we have a shot. Plus, he told his parents he wanted to stop, didn't he? And Aoyama, you gotta remember, no one cared that Midoriya was born quirkless. We didn't turn on him, even though he was hiding his tears from us just like you. And we'd share his responsibilities. We said from now on, he wouldn't have to face anything alone. Aoyama, meddling when you don't have to is the essence of being a hero. You're still one of us. Listen to
Bring
me,
it back.
Aoyama.
That's pretty heartwarming that they're all
Everybody
still,
calm
they love him
On
so
board,
much.
There are
yeah.
still protocols we
After
have
that
to
kind of
follow.
betrayal,
Right now, we
it's
Yeah.
need these 3 to fully cooperate with our investigation.
admirable.
They've
And
said
like,
all
even Bakugo doing that,
Yeah.
even if he's gonna be like, I'm gonna hurt him a lot, but like, I still want to forgive him, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty big growth.
Right now, we need these 3 to fully cooperate with our investigation. They've said All For One won't fall for any lies. As you heard earlier, any dishonesty will be met with violence. I understand how you must be feeling, but we can't be rash.
Midoriya, you suggested we could lure out All For One. I I don't suppose you have an actual plan.
Not yet. Nothing solid.
Right. That's what I expected. Detective, as Class A's homeroom teacher, I also bear the blame for what's happened. And I feel the same way my students do.
You're kidding.
Aoyama,
He loves his students.
you can rest assured. I have no intention of expelling you from UA. I know my students well, and I see a way forward.
You have a plan?
Before I start, can you make absolutely sure that the Aoyamas won't be able to hear what I have to say?
Sure, you got it.
Oh, because then they can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Here's what I
It'll get
propose
past the
we
line
do.
thing. Okay.
I understand.
I thought they'd have some fun
We need to
workaround.
examine each location thoroughly. But if the elements fall into place, this could work.
Yes. Success will depend on him, though.
We only have a week if we want to use our advantage. We can't just sit on our hands.
It's a plan worth considering. I'll take this back to HQ and start hashing out the particulars.
Okay.
Obviously, the only
Wonder what
people
it
at
is.
UA who should know anything about this are those in the room with us.
This will be okay!
So they're not going to try to fight him. They're just maybe trying to get information. Because, like, they're not bringing the squad, you know?
Right.
Or maybe they will. They're just taking him away for now.
I'm picturing a situation where they're like, okay, remove the spies from the room. And they're like, okay, we're going to tell everyone that we're going to meet in the market, but we're actually going to do this secret other thing. And then the spies share the information that is correct and they're not lying.
Maybe my thought was they're just going to say, do whatever you want to do to reach out to him. Like, tell them as little as possible about the plan so they just do what they were going to do. And somehow the idea of knowing that they can track him, they're going to have some sort of people quirk forcing him to a certain location where they can somehow trap him.
Okay.
There's one quirk that is unstoppable in any universe. The quirk of surprise. If they know he's there and they can just, in the instant, surprise attack him.
The quirk of surprise.
Yes, the quirk of
That's
surprise.
what we're gonna go with.
Yes, the quirk of surprise.
I hate it.
Oh, we'll see.
We should make sure we're prepped.
Agreed.
I need to do something about my costume. It's basically unwearable at this point. Yeah, mine too.
This isn't the time to stop training. We can still improve our quirks.
Oh, I also did notice that Ida's costume
Guys.
was
Let's make sure we beat.
I noticed that Ida's costume when he was going after Midori like broke in the air because he was going so fast.
Yeah.
I didn't like notice that.
My
That would mean
costume.
his costume's
It's
destroyed.
basically unwearable at this point. Yeah, mine too.
This isn't the time to stop training. We can still improve our quirks.
Death. Guys, let's make sure we beat them.
Yeah!
All right. They all look serious.
That was very
Dang.
cool.
Moment's
Yeah.
notice. Ready for any opponent.
Locked in.
So there's an important piece of gear I need fixed. Deja vu.
Oh, it's just like back when we tried to visit Hatsume the last time. Except he didn't fall down this time.
Wow, it's been a minute, Midoriya. How's
Yes,
it
he did.
going?
Exactly the same.
Okay.
Sorry about the door. Did you two need something?
You know when you hear the
Always happy
soundtrack,
to
it's
hear
about to
your
get
equipment
ridiculous.
requests.
Danger sense didn't alert me. I must be more tired than I thought. Please maintain composure.
I thought
Anyway,
Danger
hello
Sense would
again,
have
Hatsume.
I don't think
We
he was in
stopped by because
danger.
we're hoping you have spare time to work on our costumes.
Why not ask the item agency since they usually handle those kind of repairs?
Well,
Yours
you
are
see,
cooler.
the agency
They
is
don't work.
basically defunct, much
Yeah.
like every other business. The support course is our only real option.
Oh, not cool. That sounds like a major pain.
Don't tell me. Is Hatsume totally unaware of the current state of the country?
Oh my god. Has she just been in her
Can
lab?
we get through one day without the lab exploding? You two are here to get costumes prepared, is that right? Come on in.
I love this guy's design.
Yeah.
You've changed the look of the place.
We had to, given what the principals asked of us. I'm in charge of keeping the UA barrier up and running, along with research and development.
That's a big responsibility.
Yeah, it's so complicated now.
Oh, wow. This is incredible.
Very cool.
Whoa, fancy mid-gauntlets. They utilize the latest in compression technology.
So
They're
cool.
prototypes from
They're
the US,
pretty
so I
fucked up.
can't just buy new ones. You think
Wow.
you'd be able to fix them?
Would you need them soon?
Oh, yeah.
Well, not a lot then, sorry! Those are completely trash. I'd have to make you new ones from scratch. Sadly, I've got no Contentium on hand right now. No babies for you.
Contentium?
What a shame!
Okay, but why are you running away while saying that?
And my armor! Could you fix it for me?
Nope, I need blueprints!
Denied!
Don't you worry, we can make you new gear.
We're Hatsume's classmates.
That's extremely kind of you.
Oh yeah, you guys
Your
exist
debt.
too.
Nah, don't worry about it.
I have to admit, I'm surprised. A tech prodigy like her would normally jump at the chance to take on difficult projects like these.
Hatsume, what are you
She
working
seems
on
like
right
she has
now?
other stuff going on.
Improvements.
A flying shelter?
Oh,
Hatsume's been vital as we look at ways to reinforce the UA barrier.
she's gonna make them
Specifically,
fly?
She keeps coming up with new mechanisms that'll help with evacuations. I've said
Oh,
this
she is aware of
before,
the
but
world.
no one has unique
Yeah.
ideas or enthusiasm on par with hers.
Wait a minute.
Want a way to cool down
She's
your
in the
legs?
perfect
Why don't you just
environment.
try running with
Everything
your
makes sense to her now. The frantic, like, I made 100 different devices. Like, now they're like, we need 1 billion devices.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Perfect.
oh, I'm gonna just plug myself in right here.
Yeah.
Just perfect scenario for
Yeah.
her. She's gonna make them fly. Wow.
Even if an idea's an A+ right now, it could drop
I
to
never
an A-
thought about
if
this.
I don't nurture it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I say when I dream up a new baby, I've gotta raise it right!
She has definitely said that before. That's
Wow.
amazing. This is why she doesn't know what's happening outside the school. She's completely focused on designing new inventions.
Very
We're lucky
cool.
to have somebody like her working behind the scenes.
Don't be so close-minded, Midoriya. You sound as dense as polyethylene.
Sorry, I don't follow.
It's not like I've got blinders on. I know the messed up situation you heroes are in. We're not fighters down here. That's why we're pouring so many hours into our innovations. We're trying to protect people too, with our skills. At heart, we've got the same goals. These inventions are how the support course does our own hero work. I couldn't make the
Did she
exact
fix it?
same gauntlets. These are inferior to your last ones. But if you can live with that, please put those babies to good use.
They look.
They're his gloves. Yeah, what?
Anita, this isn't a one-to-one replica of the armor you destroyed, but make the most of it.
I'm so grateful.
What?
We just found our measuring tape.
I guess we'll work on something else.
So she's just
Pass on a
cracked.
message to the rest of the hero course. Let's win this war.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't
didn't-
like their faces right now.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
Creepy.
figured it would take you longer.
That was
We were
awesome.
Just getting ready to.
Yeah.
Excellent. We made it in
Fix the
time.
faces.
God,
supposed to
please
implode
stop.
like that.
I heard
Put
about
them
the
back.
tragedy involving
Yeah.
your classmate.
Oh my god, they're
But
still
I'm
like
afraid
that.
we can't afford to
Stop.
lose time processing what's happened. Our best plan is still to track
Animation
down the
budget.
Paranormal Liberation Front
Yeah.
and the League of Villains, then take them out in one calculated swoop. That's
Okay,
the
they're gonna
quickest
track them
path to
down.
victory in a messy conflict like the one we're in. If we hesitate or freeze in fear, they'll get the upper hand.
I wonder, will Aoyama come around?
I believe in him. He'll definitely return.
Thank you.
And we'll fight this fight together.
Hopefully that doesn't backfire on us.
I think it'll be fine. More than anyone else. He's looked inside and figured out exactly who he wants to be.
Just like you.
That's enough yapping for now. Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki.
Okay, wait,
Hell
hold
yeah.
on, hold on. Before we get going. Another parallel, God, it's like Aoyama's story somehow perfectly links. He had parental expectations. Like, they were like, you have to give information off when you have to do this. Just like Todoroki from Endeavor
Yeah.
had these overwhelming parental expectations.
100%.
Wow.
To be.
That's enough yapping for now. Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki, listen up. Each of you will form a separate team and spread out.
UA High School Hero Course Class 1A. It's time you join the search!
All right.
Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Alright, output level 100. Time for next.
Going after the villains. Please let her win a fight. Thank
For the love of God.
She always like comes in, steals a blast, and then gets beat. Awesome.
Oh, they're very strong. Thanks so much, you saved us!
We thought we'd be okay in the countryside, but the villains were swarming the place!
There's no need to worry. You're perfectly safe now. We'll take you to Shiketsu High School. They've got a stronghold that rivals UA.
Please, I want to see my rescuer's face!
No! Just leave! I can't do
He's
this!
like, just
Of course, we
embarrassed.
want to protect the citizens, but still, the more people who evacuate, the less intel we'll get about the villains. It's a shame.
Oh.
With the way things are going, we won't be able to launch any surprise attacks. Neither side will hold anything back from this point forward. I can feel it in the air. A terrible total war is about to break out in earnest.
Oh boy.
Central Hospital, a crucial meeting place for those plotting the
I have
final...
a feeling these episodes, a few of them have to be minimal animation episodes because you have so much to animate, and this might be one of them.
All right.
I'm sensing a lot of
Central Hospital,
extended
a crucial meeting
shots.
place for those plotting the final fight against All for One. Several police teams have even moved operations closer so they can collaborate in secret.
So, Plan B. We should go over important points again to ensure we're all on the same page. Young Aoyama is on site, but we're still waiting on his test results.
His confession threw us for a loop. It's only natural that we're second-guessing loyalties. Fortunately, each of you has been deemed trustworthy based on various factors and your past actions.
Oh, the pilots of Star and Stripe.
Yeah.
I love that
Endeavor,
they're so
Geass,
involved.
and other key heroes are currently in the field, but we'll make sure they stay in the know. Consider this information both urgent and privileged. Don't repeat a single word. We can't afford any more leaks.
I understand you're being cautious, but I have to say...
We're the wild pussycats!
Oh,
It's a shame
all
Ryugo
four of them
and the
back.
others weren't included.
My apologies. It's not like we suspect
Oh, they're
them of
not
wrongdoing.
Shigaraki and his fiends are out there using my search ability for evil.
God,
My
she must feel
claws
so
are out to
bad.
stop
That
them. Let's begin. What are the important points you mentioned?
Maybe she knows like a secret weakness.
Maybe.
First off, regardless of the plan we're
That'd be
talking
nice.
about, our success likely relies on one thing. Splitting up our foes. Based on the data recovered from Star and Stripe's fight, Tomura
separate
Shigaraki is
them.
currently far more powerful than All for One. And I know
We
that
lost a lot of
everyone is
words.
aware of how strong All for One is. You no doubt saw the reports from Kamino. The two of them can communicate via radio waves, but also through a shared consciousness. First noticed this during the attack on Tartarus, though we don't know much about it. If they coordinate and attack us at the same time, we will not defeat them.
Hold on. If that's true, why didn't the two of them show up and fight Star together?
All for One likely guessed how New Order functioned. He knew that if Star called his name, she'd be able to impose any rules she wanted onto him. Right now, we're scoping out battlegrounds. The goal is for us to keep them at least 10 kilometers apart. Consider that the minimum distance we need for us to have a chance.
Of course, they're likely expecting as much. They'll do their best to counter our plan.
Exactly right, Tsukauchi. Dabi's fearsome
Dabi.
flame will burn everything in its path. We've run into that problem already at the training camp and at the mountain villa. We can't allow him to be on the field. His interference there would cripple us.
I see where this is going. If we want to separate All for One and Shigaraki, then we'll also have to send Dabi away.
He's not our only concern, though.
That's right. To win this,
You guys, we gotta isolate everyone.
we have to scatter everybody, their entire Vanguard. We must lure out the enemy, divide them, and systematically crush them.
Correct.
Considering how things have gone so far, are we being a little optimistic?
No one can be by anyone else.
Yeah, and also showing them three, they are the kind of final bosses of this story, I'd say.
We must lure out the enemy, divide them, and systematically crush them.
You
Considering how things have
Wow.
gone so far, are we being a little optimistic?
If this was easy, we'd have done it by now.
Yes. In order to achieve ideal fighting conditions, we need to do something they'll never expect.
Aoyama, huh?
The boy is still emotionally shaken. He was born without a quirk, and then used as a pawn his entire life.
Look, I feel bad for the kid, but we can't make a decision based on empathy for him. He still knowingly sold out the entire world. In my position, you learn to judge somebody based on their actions.
I understand, but I have hope. I believe the boy will see the light. Because I have great faith in another person. His homeroom teacher, Shota Aizawa.
I've got his test results. As far as we can tell, there's nothing irregular. His nervous system looks normal to me. He seems like a perfectly healthy kid.
So the quirk that let All for One seal Lady Nagant's fate must have been acquired after All Might defeated him in Camino.
Oh.
Come to think of it, if All
That
for
makes
One
sense.
were able to plant a bomb in a person that would explode if they ever betrayed him, he wouldn't have had to make an example out of some pawn by killing them, or threaten to murder someone who lied to him. Instead,
That's true.
All for One relied on something else. He planted a seed of fear in this boy.
But he
and
didn't
his
actually have a way.
parents. Are you scared? Hate to tell you this, but you won't
What's
make
it look
many
like?
friends in life who'll stick up for you like your classmates did.
Yeah.
And he's sitting in front of us weeping like the epitome of despair. That's why we're holding out a hand to him.
So what are you afraid of? Is it All for One?
That's right. But also that I can't twinkle like they do. That terrifies me. It's like the more they believe in me, the harder they try to help, the less I'm able to believe in myself. What if All for One appears in front of me, and I end up betraying them again? What if I'm not strong enough? That's why I want to go away.
Yikes.
They should lock me somewhere without any light. I'll die alone and no one will get hurt.
I expect the police will take it easy on you, but still, this won't go away. Aoyama, when this fight is over, you may not be able to call UA home anymore. Your classmates were being nice about this because they're your friends. I am your teacher, though. My duty is to be honest with you. The fear planted inside of him must be ripped out by the root. You must keep fighting. It's the only option you have. Got that?
I'm not stupid. I know we have to beat him, obviously. And the only way to repent is to help. To do my part. But
Then you know the truth. Using you like this may make us no different than All for One. It's not fair, but I won't let you give up. You hear me? You're not going to just sit around waiting for death, tormented by your coerced actions. That's not your future. As long as I'm your homeroom teacher, and you in turn are my student, you can rest assured, I've no intention of expelling you from UA. Because I won't let any of my charges live life indebted to someone. You will not drown in your guilt. Even though you may be miserable, you're going to stand beside your class, like they stood for you. We will protect you. I promise.
I won't let you drown in your guilt. You're gonna swim in it.
Be okay.
That's actually really exactly it.
But sir, what difference can one person make? Especially a criminal.
He's got to be scared out of his mind. Anyone would be. That's why. We're not going to make you do anything alone. The students of UA, the teachers, the pro heroes, everybody. That path ahead of us is a path we'll all walk together.
すれ違う
All right, and that is where we're left for episode 4.
I'm afraid it's already too late for you.
Oh God.
That's what you think.
What do you do here? Wait, what? Kurogiri?
Use his power. Save me the trouble of finding him.
Monoma!
Wait.
The copy quirk!
Great episode.
With maybe 10 total animations.
Yeah, right? What the heck?
No, see, remember when I said that?
Yeah, 100%.
Were you even starting to notice it?
Kind of. When we got to the third building shot, I was like, all right, I get it. It's a building.
It's like that one episode of Attack on Titan where they showed us the trees the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, when you have a big animation season, I get it, but
gotta do what you gotta do.
They're just all prepping for the oncoming battle. We have an okay amount to discuss.
A reasonable amount to discuss.
Yeah, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our wonderful Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Sarah asks, if you were responsible for deciding the traitor's fate, what would you choose to do? I think sting operations are pretty...
I think given the situation where it seems like the only leg up they could possibly have would be using this betrayal to help them, I feel like they've come to a pretty reasonable plan.
I think once they came up with the idea that this is the one way they can actually get a jump on All for One, then it became clear they had to use him in this way. In terms of forgiving him to the degree they do, I can understand them being like, we're heroes, like we just choose to be your friend because we love you and we're going to figure this out. When they played the angle of like, we played a role in this, so like, because you were next to us and we didn't notice, and it's like, okay, not that one.
Maybe take a little bit less responsibility for it.
The level of hero in them, but also using him to bring out All for One, I think is the best thing to do.
I think a lot of the long-term forgiveness is going to stem from how well this plan goes. If this plan starts and he just like immediately folds and tells All for One that they're planning, then there's not a whole lot they can do about that. But if he's like in the face of his greatest fear and he chooses his friends, then maybe after that reconciliation is a bit more reasonable.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's go to our second question, which I just had a great idea on. Question 2, Day asks, with new factors and cards coming into play, what do you think about our chances at defeating All for One and Shigaraki and Dabi?
I think All for One relies so heavily on the fear component that the idea that that is not enough in conjunction with the fact that he was like able to be tricked, I think that's going to cause like a crash out.
Yeah, my thought is, what if like the method, the defining factor of their plan is to have Dabi, All for One, and Shigaraki in 3 different locations. My thought is, what if somehow, because my thought is they have Aoyama say, okay, Endeavor is going to be here, Deku's going to be here, which will let you know, we'll let Dabi know to be near Endeavor. That takes Dabi, he's going to go wherever Endeavor goes, so they know we just place Endeavor somewhere to take care of Dabi.
And he'll just...
So that keeps him separate. Shigaraki and All for One are going to want to go for Deku, and I don't quite know how they're going to give a piece of information that forces them to split. My thought is he could say the system at UA can transfer Deku to different spots underground, so there's 2 strongholds that you need to attack at the same time in order to get to him. But like, he has the search quirk. Like, I don't know.
The search quirk is going to be really, really hard to work around.
What if
with just like tricking someone?
Oh, never mind. I was going to say you could have a racer like erase just the search quirk for a moment, but then that doesn't work. But I think that somehow they're gonna have Aoyama give information that forces them to split up, not try to jump them at the meeting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's an idea. My thought was maybe you tell them Deku's going to be at this place, and then they'll both go there, and then only one of them has the search quirk, so he will see
that Deku's elsewhere.
Where Deku is elsewhere.
But wouldn't he just tell Shigaraki?
Yes, but then they could trap him there and allow the other one to leave. Like,
okay.
Because they're not going to want to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way.
Maybe.
But it would be hard. I mean, I guess it would be easy to just let one go, and Deku's your strongest weapon, so you'd want Deku versus Shigaraki and All for One versus all the pro heroes, I'd say.
But All for One's the one with the search quirk, so if he's looking for Deku and Deku's with Shigaraki.
All for One is not the one with the search quirk. It's
Shigaraki. Okay. But, all right, so that works.
Maybe they both do, because he did get it.
I thought they said
he got it after camp, and then they duplicated.
Had it.
Wait,
yeah,
I guess they both have it.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
So that's tough. That's really, really tough.
I think they're going to somehow try to do that, but we'll see how that goes. But I think it gives them a much better chance to have one final card to play like this.
Yeah.
But let's go to our final question. HBomb24 asks, we see the return of Mei Hatsume this episode and how she manages to replace Deku and Ida's damaged gear in record time, along with
30 seconds.
Yeah, along with maintaining the UA barrier. Think back to season 3 when Power Loader told the kids to maintain a good relationship with support developers like her. How true does this ring now?
I mean, she's phenomenal. Like, they would not be able to do anything without her. I mean, she is so critical.
She's a savant.
And so behind the scenes.
Yeah. And I feel like they reminded me of like when you entered COVID and everybody got anxious and you were like, wait, now I can just be me. And
it was a very, very interesting experience to like feel like I was on the same level of anxiety as everyone else.
Yeah, and I feel
because that's
like,
just not ever happened.
And that's where I feel like she is.
Yeah,
she's on the same level of creation need as everybody.
Yeah, like people are finally asking of her what she's been willing to give this whole time.
Now she has too many requests.
Yeah,
which is like
motivating.
Like she
for
even
her.
said like I don't think I can do it, but she's so good. She just
did it with her left hand while she was doing. That was crazy.
You know what I mean?
She's
like,
amazing.
It's perfect. So
yeah, I definitely
In all of my planning and thinking of season 7, I did not think of what Mei Hatsume's role would be, and that is just perfect.
Yeah.
Also, this episode and the last one really pointed out to me, like, God, I'm watching a new My Hero. I think sometimes when I would think I'm not going to watch it, I just forgot about it and just forgot how excited I was for it. And now I'm realizing, like, I don't know what's going to happen next. Like, I'm so excited. To see more action episodes, I'm hyped. But sometimes you need a budget episode. Got some good information, but we're gearing for the final battle. Thank you for watching. Are we excited for episode 5 of season 7 of My Hero Academia?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.